What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? I mean ladies. I see your bitch ass back there, Barbara. Goddamn, you watching this shit too, baby. But, of course, if you can tell by the title, this is another one of those experiment videos. I've been enjoying making these what-ifs or whatnot. The thing I'm worried about for this one, of course, you guys can see what's more important, speed or smarts. It was hard for me to decide what I wanted to physically do, so I chose to do 40 for the other stats and 99 for the speed. So, of course, when we do it the other way around, 40 for the speed and 99 for the smarts. It's a tough decision. Of course, if we had injury off, I couldn't adjust this until now. Not that it really matters, but I couldn't have injuries on because then it would just be completely pointless because Ty Montgomery would be injured by like week 3. But that, you know, it does play a huge factor in if we were actually going to do it that way. But if we're talking about users, you gotta think the speed back is the guy to go with, right? But at the same time, with 40 carrying, would he not fumble every time? At the end of the day, 40 speed, excel, and agility slow. But how slow is that in accordance to good blocking? You know, you could be the fastest in the world. If the blocking is bad and your carrying is 40, you could fumble every play. So this, I think, is a decently valid what-if scenario. Of course, this one, my biggest worry is the fact that he's 25 overall. Are they going to replace him, or are they going to, what is that called? Are they going to bench him? Because that would suck. I will be going week to week with this one. Of course, when we switch to the speed guy, I would assume he should be like an 85 or higher because speed is important, but you can see here, we probably did get rid of him. I'm going to have to track Ty Montgomery's ass down because they probably got rid of him. He's the lowest on the roster. I guess the Packers just don't like that speed, baby. You know what's going to be sad? There's a good chance he actually is out of the league. There's actually a good chance. Okay, no, he isn't. There you are, pal. Don't worry. Don't worry. We'll get you back. Don't you worry about it. I thought the game was red for a second. I was like, red decision. Terrible, you idiot. Ty Montgomery, you get back in there, pal. Hopefully they don't have like an auto adjustment thing. I don't care about sliders or anything. I swear to God, what's the lowest amount of running backs? Like, they released them again. They goddamn released them again. Ty Montgomery, your speed edition of Ty Montgomery is already off to a goddamn terrible start on his career. I'll tell you what. Keeps getting released and signed by the same team. I don't know what his agent is doing. Now what, bitches? Now what? Now what are you going to do? All we have is Ty Montgomery. Let's go another week, see if anything's changed. That's bad. Like, you're going to fumble every play. You're not going to have any moves to make. You're going to have the shittiest awareness ever. Like, you're basically going to be Trent Richardson. Ty Montgomery went down to a 21 overall. I don't know how in the world that happens. But, man, am I impressed. Let's see what Ty did. Oh, my Lord. 207 carries, 1.8 yards per carry, 3 rushing touchdowns, 374 yards. Average 1.8. Look at that. He was the worst running player on the team. We had Richard Rodgers somehow ran 10 times. He had 3.1 a carry. Joe Callahan had 6. These guys did better than him. Every single one I'm looking at because they didn't run the ball. They didn't have to embarrass themselves. Ty Montgomery receiving. He was actually really amazing in the receiving game. Almost 10 a catch, 2 touchdowns receiving, 25 catches, 6 and 10. I don't know if that had anything to do with Ty Montgomery being what he is, but it might have. It might have. Actually, he didn't fumble, did he? I'm going to look back at this. I'm almost certain this Ty didn't fumble, which makes absolutely no sense. I lied. He had 16. Okay. Yeah, your career is over as an NFL player easily. Yeah, I guess to be fair, the likes of like not that throw power matters, but as an example, the likes of throw power and strength should be off the list for me, and jumping, because I said speed, which obviously, you know, that's technically speed, but at the same time, it's basically a smarts versus brawn type thing, you know? There's like brains or brawn, I think that's what it was, or something like that. I will say, though, I was a little bit disappointed with our does size matter one. Of course, smarts, you know, we got to go with everything that's smart. Now, slowly do this. I've had it before where I've accidentally discarded it and it made me want to kill myself. What overall is he going to be? It's got to be a high overall, right? 76. That's actually really interesting. that does put into play that, I don't know if I showed you guys the stats, but yeah, he definitely does have the bad speed. It puts into play that speed, excel, and agility does factor in there overall. But of course, with all these 99s, they gave him enough of a push to consider him a 76 overall. I'm going to go slow again, though, just in case for whatever reason Ty doesn't start. He definitely should. Oh, by the way, we're going to release him. I don't think this Ty Montgomery can do any worse than no smarts Ty. Brains are winning over brawn, even though technically juke moves really aren't a brains type thing. Well, some of them are. Elusiveness and like cuts and all that are. But well, just making the playoffs might have been affected by that, so that kind of stuff is kind of void at the moment. We did make the playoffs and Aaron Rodgers MVP, so I don't know how much Ty might have played into that. Could you imagine he was the best running back in the league? Because, I mean, smarts are important. Randall Cobb. So, Ty Montgomery, way worse for catches. Like, well, catches were good, but yards per catch weren't great. Defense. Would Ty have been the starting kick returner? He isn't. Okay, so a little surprised there that they didn't give it to him. I want to see if Ty was the best running back. I don't really care. I'll take a look. Obviously, we're going to take a look at his stats, but I'm just curious to see if he was on the list or anything. Ty was number 4, so he must have played really well. Let's take a look at what Ty did. Get out of here, EA. On 40 speed, excel, and agility is not going to be averaging 4 yards per carry. Ty Montgomery is obviously the undisputed, well, smarts Ty. So smarts are more important than speed, basically. You can't say that going to 40 played into an advantage for either team because at the end of the day, 40 speed is 40 speed. Like, well, I want to actually look at that. I want to see what 40 speed actually looks like. Plus, we'll just sim from there. We'll see if the Packers can actually win a Super Bowl with super talented, slow as hell Ty Montgomery edition. This is an interesting idea though, because I thought speed would have definitely won because fumbles are, fumbles are fumbles, but at the end of the day, I would have negated the fumbles if he would have had an insane yards per carry. But this gets me excited for our primetime franchise. If you weren't aware, I am going to be the Packers. So if you're a Packer fan and that's the reason why you clicked on this, stick around, subscribe, or just in general, because the primetime franchise, as I've heard a few people, and I will quote, it is lit, my dude. Oh, this is cool. It's the first time I've ever had snow game. That would be hilarious if Aaron Rodgers fucked up the pitch because he's too slow. Oh, I would laugh my ass off. Ty Montgomery, skinny as hell. Let's go. Oh my god. He is so slow. Just run out of bounds. Trucked him. Gained 4 yards there. Like it's an interesting one. At first I thought I was just making like a gimmicky, stupid video, but at the end of the day it actually is interesting. Jesus Christ. The offensive line just completely dusted him, and he was just trying to get out there for his route. Holy crap. I need to super sim. Oh, that sucks, actually, because I might have just costed us the game with that one. It is what it is. Cowboys are a decent team. 7-0 off of our great field position. 7-all. Let's just go end the game. I don't know what I'm doing here. 7-all still, and that's a 3-point lead. Great defense leading up. 6-point lead. 19-7. They've given 3 back, and that's going to be the Super Bowl. It's going to be the game. I believe we're actually in the Super Bowl. Oh, no, we lost. We lost. Definitely lost because it said something about the Packers have no one to blame but themselves for the loss. Super Bowl is a Philadelphia win again by 3. Packers lose here. Let's take a look at Ty Montgomery, 4.1. They just didn't run it a lot. 4.1 isn't a bad yards per carry. That was crazy, 46-10. But anyways, that's going to be another but another interesting results. Really, yeah, there's no tuning for that. That's kind of stupid. I know they don't want people like making like big offensive linemen into beastie players, but for a running back, like I don't know if it's hard to do, but for someone that's 6 foot tall, 222 for weight, speed, like from 40 speed, it should be like 400 XP per, because you cannot work up a running back with 40 in these stats. But yeah, another successful experiment, I like to think, because it was interesting, and it was actually a little bit of a shocker. Like I said, I thought speed one would have done way better, maybe even the best. 40 speed, excel, and agility, doesn't matter when you're the GOAT, Ty Montgomery. Anyways, if you have any ideas for more of these types of videos, please Tell me what they are, because I would love to try them out. But anyways, hopefully you're coming back to the channel. Jesus Christ, I'm all over the place. Hopefully you come back to the channel. Maybe subscribe if you're new. But more importantly, like I said, come back or comment or something. But until next video, my outro has been all over the place. See ya!